Hey everyone, me and my best friend Hannah are launching our podcast titled BravOGs, where we'll be chatting and discussing our favorite Bravo shows. We have basically been watching Bravo since inception, aka season one of Housewives of Orange County to present day. I know there's a million podcasts that discuss Bravo and all of its amazingness and hot topics, hot takes, but we've been talking about doing this for literally about 2 years, so we just finally decided to, fucking do it, even if we only have one listener. It's basically just a way for us to connect over things that we love, which
We
is
probably
Bravo.
will only have one
Yeah, Bob will
listener.
be our one listener to start. Maybe Annie will have two.
I think we'll be able to scrounge a few, but really excited that we're doing this finally. I think most of our opinions are pretty valid.
Think so.
Sometimes we agree with the rest of the world, sometimes we don't, and sometimes we don't even agree with each other. But it's been a big week,
Yeah,
so
and I feel
we
like
should
this year is
probably.
like most people have the same opinions about like the shows that are going on right now, just because I think they're just so, I don't know, just like
What is going
straightforward.
on with Bravo right now? Like, give us something juicy.
I don't know. Did you hear they like canceled Winter House? Did you hear
Yeah,
about?
what's that all about? Although that last season was just
I
horrendous. I
know.
felt like I was watching Tinder live.
Yeah, the whole Corey and Sam of it all just made me feel icky. And honestly, I never want to see Malia on another show, and I could die happy. I can't stand Malia. I hate her
I
so
can't even
much.
watch the reruns of her Below Deck seasons
I
because
know, they make me too mad.
I know, blah, blah, blah,
I wasn't
whiny
flirting with your
bitch.
boyfriend. I had four brothers. Like, really? You like wrestle and flirt with your brothers, and that's how you connect with guys? Like, ew. You're
I
just, ugh.
replacement series or something that takes its place. We need new cast. Kyle is too fucking old
I know,
to
man.
be partying with these people. It's like it would be us going on a spring break type trip and raging for 3 weeks straight. Like you're 40 years old. You're not relevant anymore. We want to see
Yeah.
the young kids do it.
I know. And Amanda is younger. She does keep him young, but it's also like all she wants to do is sleep and like play with her dogs, which I love dogs. I'd play with mine all day, but like stay home and do that. And don't go on
Yeah,
a winter house trip and just sleep and leave early and come late. I don't know. It just
I hate to say it, but I think we need like a Craig Page spinoff show, and they're like
100%.
the primary, and then we get some maybe Southern Charm, Winter House, Summer House crossover.
Yeah.
Um, Paige annoys the fuck out of me, but I love
Really?
her. Yes, and I think they're the best Bravo couple to ever exist, and I think we can all agree on that. But we need a spinoff, and if Summer House is the same cast again, Kyle raging his face off all summer, like I'm just not into it. They're just in a different phase of their lives, and I think they just need to have a family and move on. You're
Yeah.
not relevant to our Bravo universe anymore.
And I think that's a great segue into VPR. I mean, I
Oh,
have loved
BPR.
VPR since day one. It was great TV, great reality. But now the season, I know it's just started, dude, but if I have to watch Sandoval just try and get back in the group and continue to not be remorseful, like truly, and just go on an apology tour that means absolutely nothing, I don't want to watch anymore. All he does is,
He's
even to
showing
this day, current day, dude, he still cannot fully take, like, he doesn't comprehend
no
what
remorse,
happened,
none.
like,
And
and
he
what
still
he
wants
did.
to compare what he's done to what other people have done. That whole scene with James was just exactly what we probably thought we were going to get from Tom Sandoval, but it just like magnified how much of an ass he is again.
Yeah.
Like what Kristen and James did, however many years ago, was terrible. Big whoop. You were fucking done with Kristen Duty anyway. We were moving on with life. Why are you even bringing that up in that situation? Just say, James, I'm really sorry that I betrayed your friendship. And regardless of it being Raquel, Rachel, whatever the fuck her name is, it just apologize for being a shitty friend and doing something
Yeah, with
shitty.
no buts, ands, ifs. This
Right.
is what
And I
happened
think
10 years
James
ago.
would get
Like,
over it. Don't you think James would be like, okay, thank you for the sincere apology. Let's try and move forward with a friendship.
right, and that's all he wants. And honestly, I feel like that's what a lot of people want. I actually saw a clip of like um several years ago when Jax and Tom were going at it in the back of Sir, and Jax is like, all you had to do was say sorry and it would have been done, but you have to keep throwing all this other stuff and going back to the past. Like, I hate to say, Jax was right, like all those years ago. Like, Jax is not hardly ever right, but in that clip that I saw, I was like, wow, like Jax was 100% right. And like all Sandoval has to do is say like sorry with nothing else, and he cannot do it still to this day after his whole life blew up. He still can't just say, wow, I'm sorry, my actions had an effect on your life in this way, period. He can't do it, and it
Yeah.
was so frustrating to watch. And like, I don't know, like,
I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed by it.
yeah,
I'm annoyed by the whole thing. I mean, it was the biggest news ever last year, right? We were all like have you seen this? Did you see this TikTok?
Talked
Have you
about it at
heard
the
this?
White House Correspondents' Dinner. Like, it was
Right.
more than just Bravo
Dumois
Universe,
is
dude.
all over it. We're all like, what the hell's happening? And now it's just like, how do we see a show moving forward where these people aren't even friends anymore? I am annoyed by Ariana. Like,
Really?
I'm annoyed by her success in her fame right now. Like, okay, great. I kind of agree with Lala on this. Like, just because you
Ugh.
got cheated on does not mean you're queen. Or queen of the group, like everyone seems to think that she is making them feel right now.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I think Ariana has put up with a lot over many years, stood by him and all of his douchebaggery. I
She
think she's
also
finally
chose to
setting up
date
boundaries,
him.
and people are confusing boundaries with ego. I think 100% she deserves to be like this, and it's hard because they recorded this like 3 months after it happened. So like we're seeing her still in this very hurt place. Like we've all kind of moved on more. I'm sure Ariana's moved on more since then, but like we're seeing like a time lapse from like, six, you know, seven,
She
8 months
is
ago.
living her best life, Josh.
But
Sandoval
she
did
deserves it.
nothing
And if she
but
puts up
burn
boundaries that
her
piss
up.
other people off, good for her. I'm happy for
Yeah.
her. And I don't
I
think,
am happy for her, but also a little annoyed because I don't know. I feel like she's just throwing it in everyone's face a little bit and like, look at me, I'm on Broadway, blah blah blah. Like I'm a finalist in Dancing with the Stars. Like she's coming off a little better than everyone else right now, and I didn't see her playing it out like that. It's almost like she's done with the show. Is the vibe I'm getting? Is like I'm not going to be a part of group activities. I'm not going to do this. Like then what the fuck is the point of you being on the show?
yeah.
Like get out of the way so everyone else can make up and try and be friends again.
Well,
Because
maybe
she's
this
like,
will
you
be
can't
like
hang out with
her
so and so.
farewell season. I mean, honestly, I love VPR. I've loved watching it, but maybe this should be the farewell season and leave,
Yes,
like,
it
don't
was
even
never
give
the same when
Sandoval a
Stassi
chance to
left.
redeem himself. Like, let him end on this shitty note because he is deep down a narcissistic piece of shit, dude.
I know. I love that he calls James a narcissist. I was like, takes one to know
Well,
one,
even Sheena was
homie.
like, you have narcissistic behaviors. He's like, well, so does Lala, but she'll never admit it. And it's like, well, okay, like you can call like do you realize like are you admitting that you know that you're like that? But like he is so unself-aware. It's just so hard to watch a person be like that.
Can
And
we
my
talk
heart
about
goes out to anyone
poor
who's loved a
Anne?
narcissist or been with a narcissist that they have to put up with something like that for so long. And yeah, Ariana might be gloating, but good for her, dude. She dated that man for almost 10 years. Like,
Yeah,
give her
shame on
back
her
her
for
life,
that.
dude.
Like,
She
what a
should be,
toolbox anyway.
oh, God.
Yeah. Can we talk about his poor assistant, Anne? Like, what an awful job.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Anne, can you go talk to Ariana and see if I can have a party for my birthday? Poor Anne has to go and have that conversation. I saw some things on Instagram this week, and it was like Anne for Andy's next bartender on What's Watching.
Yeah. You know, she has a podcast now. First of all, she quit being Sandoval's assistant, which good for you. It's about time. Someone bigger and needs to help him with his life, even though I don't think
What
he'll
does she
ever.
need an assistant for? His
To text Ariana all of his like 10-year-old requests. I want to have a birthday party. Like, stop, dude. Of all the things that happened to you in the last year, you're going to reference a cake shop being the thing that put you over the edge? Like, are you
yeah.
kidding me, dude? There should have been a million other things that you would have thought would be the final straw, but a frickin' cake shop that has since closed its doors just saying Sandoval's a liar, which everybody said. Like, you are so
Mm.
demented. It bothers me. It bothers
You're
me.
one with a mustache.
Oh,
Uh,
it doesn't matter. Leave
no,
him alone.
I feel like it's coming to a close, which is sad. VPR was like such a huge chunk of our lives. Like, I mean, but it hasn't been the same since the original crew left. I think once we lost the Stassi, the Jax,
Yeah.
the Kristen, things changed.
Yeah. It's never gonna be the
Speaking of,
same.
are we watching that new
I
show?
mean, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Is it gonna be a smash hit? That's to be seen. I mean, Jax can always bring the drama, but it's like his drama was more so juicy when he was just like a fuck boy.
Oh
Like
boy,
now he's
yes.
like got a kid, another kid on the way. I don't know if they've had their second one yet, but it's just like
Is she pregnant? Has
I
that been
thought
out?
she
Has that been
was.
confirmed? I also heard this week that they were maybe living in separate houses, is the
What?
rumor on
This
the
is
street.
tea I haven't heard.
Yeah, there's some TikTok tea for you. I'm not sure the source or where that came from. So don't quote me on this, anyone. But I heard that things may be a little amiss in the Taylor household. So who knows?
Well, this
But
is a
I am
shock
kind of
to me.
excited for the show. I think but again, are you too old to be on a show? Like, what is this going to be about? Their family lives in the valley? Like,
Yeah,
not
like their
sure I'm
neighbors
ready.
on their street. It's like, dude, you're
And no
trying.
Stassi. Like, if they were going to do it, we needed Stassi and Bo. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it starts this week, I think. I think we've only got
Does
a,
it? I'm
I think
I'm
we, or
excited.
within
I
the
want to
next
see
couple
what it's
weeks.
about, but I mean, it's never going to be like VPR status. I mean, and it would have been a completely different show had Stassi joined, but I mean, I'll give it a whirl. I'll see what it is, you know. I'll try it out, but
Yeah, because we've watched every Bravo show to ever exist since I think it was like the senior year of college,
yeah.
for me, and back to the days of Joe and Slade. So I feel like we've
Mm,
watched every single show there is. We're watching it. We're tuning in.
yeah.
It may be one that we tap out on after a while, but I mean we're watching it. We're going to talk about it, and I'm sure it's going to be highly entertaining. We get some new peeps too, so
Yeah, fresh
maybe this
blood.
is
It's good.
yeah.
Really quick, I want to know what you think about Lisa's interaction with Tom on this past episode.
I feel bad for Lisa because she's obviously hurt from what has happened in her past with her brother. I'm sure if you've
100%.
been around that and you've lost someone in your life to suicide, I'm sure your feelings on someone telling you I have had thoughts of doing something really scares you. And I think you can see in Lisa in that scene, like she just looks disturbed. And
100%. But I think Tom was not saying it wasn't valid that he had these thoughts, but I also think there's a part of him that used that topic as kind of a manipulation tactic for Lisa because he knows that she dealt with that. And like, I'm sorry, like, you're not going to tell your best friend Schwartz you're having these thoughts. You're not going to tell Lisa, who's always been there for you. And she even said after the reunion, she told Tom, if you ever have these thoughts, tell me, give me a call. And he didn't tell her, but yet he chose to tell his friend Kyle Chen, who's clearly still 100% there for him. Like, it's just an attention thing to me. I know that might be insensitive to say, given what he's gone through, but I think I feel like to Tom saying that to Lisa was more a manipulation attention grab.
yeah, I think he is just trying to find a way to get someone on his side and someone to maybe help. I think sometimes that's a cry for help. Sometimes it's a call for attention. I don't know. I think it was cold to do that to Lisa if it was that because she has lost a sibling to this.
Hmm.
I don't know. You see Lisa like genuinely concerned, I think, which makes me just love Lisa Vanderpump even more. Like I think she comes across as this cold-hearted bitch sometimes, but deep down she's just like a big softie that
She
really does
is, but
care
like
about
she
these
needs to
people.
harden up with Tom. I mean, she was just so like delicate, like, oh, the gentlemanly thing to do would be to move out yourself. And he flips out on her. And it's like, dude, if you're gonna listen to anyone's advice, it should probably be Lisa. But yet all you're
Yeah,
gonna do is like get defensive and attack. Like, yeah, it's a nice house. No one needs to keep the house. And you blew up their lives. You fucked everything up. Get the fuck out, dude. Like you want a
yeah.
nice
The
house that
whole
you can
house sit.
put skylights in and change the light bulbs and put batteries in. Get a new house that you can do that in without all this like dark energy and like knowing that like this was once your safe haven with Ariana and now it's just like a shame pad. I don't know. It's just
Yeah, like the fact that neither of them has pulled the trigger on getting out of that house blows my mind. I love the house, right? Like, and I guess like if this is the house you worked your whole life to be able to buy, whatever, like it's all the things you love. Like, but that's separation. That's
how is he
getting
still
out.
able
Like
to
you
afford
have to
that?
know this, right? Like when you get married or you even if you like make a large purchase like that with someone, like you got to think about what the what ifs are. Um, the fact that Ariana hasn't said, like, if Tom wants the house that fucking badly, buy him out, get out. Like, I don't understand what both the pull for both of them to be in this house is. I don't know if there's more to it. There has to be more financial shit to this that is preventing. Because Jess, you would be out of that house so fucking fast.
100%. I would, but I think Ariana tried to like break it down a little bit more for us. She's just like, look, like I have to get all my stuff out and then where am I going to go? Like, and he just gets to stay there. And like, but like, my real question is how, if Sandoval's claiming he's the only one paying the mortgage and he's still got the bar, he did his tour with his band, how is he affording all this? I know he took his mom's retirement, but like, I
I
would think he was
mean,
like a
Bravo is
millionaire,
probably paying them a decent chunk of change now.
but like
I
enough to support
mean,
his ridiculous like wants in his life, all of them.
yeah, I mean, who knows? But I'm sure his band's not raking in the cash. So
No. Oh my God.
what is it? Tom Sandoval, the
And the
most
most
extras.
extras, which is
By the way,
ever.
I think that was the only people that were at his party or people that he pays to be in his band with him. Because do you remember him saying, like, I pay these people to like
Yeah.
play with me?
That was literally James is like, who are all these people? Like
Yeah,
I
it was the
never
lamest party ever. I was like, this is not look
but
fun.
also like why would you want it at your house? Like go somewhere, like rent out a
Because they're all
room.
being fucking sober Sallies. Oh, I'm trying out sober curious. Like,
Mm.
what the fuck does that even mean? Like, we are not watching you to watch you be sober curious.
Yeah, we're
We're
not watching you
watching
to be
you
better
to get
people. We're
fucked
watching
up
you
and
for the
get drunk
drama.
and party in LA, which is where we all want to be. No, it's boring. The whole show is boring. I'm disappointed because I feel like they dragged the season out. It probably wouldn't have happened if Scandival hadn't have broken, right? Like
Yeah,
I feel like that would have been the last season of Vanderpump. I do like how they queued up. I think I said this to you this week, like queued up Southern Hospitality to be kind of giving me vibes of VPR back in the day, you
yeah.
know? Like they got their back alley nonsense going on. They
It's like a
don't
VPR
have a
for the
whole lot
Gen
of,
Z era. Like VPR
yeah,
was for millennials, and now this is like VPR for Gen Z. But
yeah.
I'm still tuning in because
It's definitely giving me vibes of Vanderpump back in the day. And their drama feels like relevant. Like the Scandival drama, it's just we're over it. Like we're
it was
done.
too intense, dude. It put us through such emotional discourse, and now it's just kind of like, okay, now we have to be the adults and like pick up the pieces and clean up
Yeah.
and see where things
Yeah.
go. But like, I don't want to be an adult when I watch these shows. I want to be,
No,
life is fun, no cares
that
in the
is
world.
why I'm loving Southern Hospitality.
But okay, so
What was
Southern
it?
Hospitality,
Season two.
I'm confused about the finale. So like, was Maddie lying about being on the call, or was she lying about just having Trevor
I
be on the call and like edit it? Like, I'm
we need a
confused.
lot clarified at this reunion, which
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be. But like, I feel like it was all like build up, build up, build up of this whole season, and then she was just like, "And I lied." Like, lied about what? Like, you lied about the screen recording or the video or the recording?
Yeah,
I'm
I need to
still.
know if
I watched
Trevor
it
was the only
back.
one on the call or if she was on the call too, because that would clarify things for me. So I would know if Trevor is the one editing this phone call to make Maddie feel like she's safe in what happened, which, come on, he cheated. He's a cheater. He's going to be a cheater. He has been a cheater. He will be a cheater always. But like, was Maddie on the call? So did she hear this girl? And it sounded like from the parts that we heard of the phone call, she was not really fully admitting anything. She was just kind of like, yeah, I don't really want to talk. But like they took it as like that yeah meant she was admitting she set him up. Like I'm just
Plus, we've got Bravo editing going on, right?
yeah.
So like the way they're like flashing back to this conversation, I don't know. Let's rewind like a while here. I'm still confused about what happened with Brad in the back alley. Like, first of all, he was getting a BJ, or she was giving a BJ, not getting one. That would have been really juicy. No, he was getting a BJ, right?
So
What? Like,
apparently there
I'm
was
so confused. Was
so
he
there was
giving a
four
BJ or getting a
people
BJ?
that allegedly saw Bradley in the back alley. It was Maddie, it was Trevor, it was Michaela and Grace. But Michaela and Grace have now both said, I didn't see him getting a blowy. So that leaves the only two other people that supposedly saw it, which is Maddie and Trevor. So that makes me think, okay, he could have been in the back alley with a girl while he had a girlfriend. That's shady. I get it. That's shady on its own. But the whole BJ of it all, I don't think that part, at least no one actually saw that. I don't think. I do think Maddie and Trevor were playing it up because they had a vendetta against Bradley or just didn't like him, but it makes it seem very, very fishy that the two other people besides Maddie and Trevor were Gracie and Michaela, and neither one of them said that they saw anything like that happen. So, is Bradley being shady being in an alley with a girl? Yes, 100%. But I'm kind of leaning towards the whole BJ didn't really happen if it's coming from Maddie and Trevor's mouth because I don't trust either one of them. So,
Yeah, I, something is amiss here. I don't think we're getting full story on anything. I am going to guess that Brad was hooking up with someone in the back alley. Now whether there was a blowjob involved, who knows? Who cares? But um, I don't think he would have dragged it out or continued talking about it. Or obviously, he's been on some fucking revenge tour to destroy. I think he secretly like just cannot stand Maddie and is like, well, not even secretly, but
yeah.
I think he's just like, fuck it,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna
if
ruin
he's like she's
her.
gonna take shots at me, I'm gonna take shots at her. And I mean,
He
Maddie,
was a
if you
Little
want to talk about
Housewives
queen bees,
baby
dude,
though.
Maddie acts like the queen bee, and she's more of a. I think how people want to feel about Ariana with her ego and all that stuff. I think Maddie is actually what people are saying they're annoyed with Ariana about. I think Maddie is the
I could not
personification
stop
of that.
laughing when she like marched that girl out of the house and then slammed the door and locked it.
That
But
was a
then
pretty
they
bitch
showed
boss
you the
move.
other side and that you couldn't hear any.
That was funny. They're like, we can't hear you.
We
And
can't
she's just
hear
like,
you.
bye, bitch. Bye, bitch.
But then you saw it the way they edited it, and you couldn't hear anything she was saying. It was just so funny. I don't know. I think this girl's being shady. I think she wants to be relevant. She wants to be on the show. She's one of Brad's clients. There definitely is room for there to be some shady shit at play here. And I don't think it was right that she showed up at that party. Like, just stop. Like, you knew what was gonna blow up, and I'm sure production was like, oh, she's fucking going to this
Yeah.
party,
Oh
and
yeah. I
we're
mean, they
setting
needed
this
drama,
up.
and the fact that Maddie can get that like enraged without having a drop of alcohol in her, like I'm scared to even know what Maddie was like when
What
she
she was
was
like when
drinking,
she was
dude.
drinking. Yeah, no, but there's something endearing about Maddie for me. I don't know what it is. I do think she is a little egotistical. And I don't blame her for being upset about some of the things that have played out at Republic, but I kind of like her. Like, I don't know. I'm rooting for Maddie, and I was glad to see that her and Trevor have finally broken up.
Thank God when she
Uh,
said that on Watch What Happens Live, I was like,
yes,
yes, like finally we
yes,
saw the light. And with
yeah.
situations like that, you can't, no matter how much you try to steer somebody out of a really toxic relationship, they're never going to get out of it until they're ready to get out of it themselves. So, yeah, all of her friends are going to tell
Let
her, hey, this is
Trevor
bad for you.
bike along on his
Yeah,
little bike cab
like
and
he's just such a
fucking his way
Magoo,
around
dude.
Charleston.
Ugh.
I do love when we get a little Southern charm, Southern hospitality crossover, and you see Benita and
And
Olivia at the
Olivia,
bar.
yeah. I was like, oh my
That was
gosh.
cute. I love when they do that little crossover.
I know, dude.
And
Craig should make an appearance. I always
good
love to see
for
my
Leva.
Craig.
Like, look at her and her life. Like, I don't know. I root for Leva. I like her. I think she's a she'll never be a Lisa Vanderpump in my eyes, but I do like Leva a lot, and
She's
I
like the
feel like
South Carolina version of Lisa Vanderpump, and I love it. I
yes,
love Leva too, and I think she runs a good business and keeps a level head. Because when, sorry, when Joe was going off on her about how Emmy's not going to be his boss, like if I was Leva, I would have been like, you need to fall in line or bye. And she was just kind of like standing there, like letting him vent and letting him say the stuff. But like, I'm sorry, if I was Leva, I would have been like, she's your boss, like you suck it up or you can leave. Like,
Joe Bradley needs to stop being a little fucking bitch. Like, man up, Joe. Like, what the fuck was that? I was like embarrassed for him. I'm like, you're gonna watch this back and no one's gonna feel bad for you.
no,
Like, you're just being a little fucking butthurt bitch.
yeah,
Like, I love Joe Bradley. I really do think that he's a good guy.
yeah.
He needs a good girl. Like, he just needs, like, I don't know. He just needs to like get it together. That was too much for me. I was
Speaking
like,
of Joe Bradley, I
oh,
want to know the tea. Okay, so he was on Watch What Happens Live when he was
with
dating
Danielle.
Danielle, but then
Hmm.
Luann was the co-host on Watch
Oh,
What
I
Happens
heard
Live.
him and Louis
Hooked
up.
up, I know. And I'm like,
I
I need the tea to
fucking
this.
love that.
Same. But
Someone,
Danielle was in
anyone,
the audience
confirm
and
this
she's
for
like,
us.
he's taken only because you're sitting next to like a beautiful woman. It's like, yeah, yeah, dude. And Leanne will take your man in a second. And we all know how psycho Danielle is. So like, I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Are
Because
we gonna get any juice on this? I don't even know. Someone, anyone out
I
there,
thought, I
confirm
didn't
for us.
Maddie say at the reunion like it kind of gets talked about because they asked her like, oh, how did you how did you like Joe and Danielle together? And she's like, I honestly like didn't really hang out with them much. But then I think Andy even brought up the whole Luann like of it all, and she was like, some of it plays out on the reunion, so you'll find out. So I'm like, oh, what? I can't wait. I can't wait.
What? Just be cool. Don't be all like uncool.
Uncool.
I kind of love that for Luann. Like, go girl. Like, I could see her being a total cougar in a situation like that and pouncing.
100%. And honestly, like
And Joe Bradley was probably all about it.
oh yeah, he seems like he likes older women, and I'm sorry, but Danielle is way too jealous to be with Joe Bradley. He's hot, he's the host of a hot club, like he's gonna have girls all over him, and Danielle is not the girl to be with. She's psycho. Honestly, the last season of Winter House watching her like made me
Cringe.
cringe. And the fact that she's not younger,
Cringy.
she's not in her early 20s like making these mistakes and being just like whatever. It's like you're 30, mid 30s probably, like and you're being this psycho, like stop.
I felt like she just used her breakup as an excuse to do what she was doing,
Yeah.
and she still was like all in, all emotionally invested. Poor Alex from Blue Deck, he was like, "Shit, I done did fuck up here."
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think Alex was regretting that whole thing and how it played out. Poor dude, he was like, "Oh man, I just wanted to have a little winter house fun. I
Yeah.
didn't need a serious Sally relationship."
No, and Danielle went all in, dude. She went from one like 5-year relationship to like expecting the same from a 2-week hookup. Like, oh boy. Oh
And
boy.
then goes to BravOCon and sinks her teeth into poor Joe Bradley.
Mm. Mm-mm.
he is very nice to look at, but he's got to man up. That was a little too much. Like,
Yeah, dude, he's playing
boo-hoo,
like
I don't have any friends anymore, and all my friends are
it's like then
bothered.
stop being so two-faced. Like
Yeah, Emmy
it's
called it
pretty
right. She was
later.
like, "You just tell people
Hmm.
what they wanna hear." But Emmy and Will are breaking up. There's no fucking way.
I mean, the whole
There's
season he's been
no
saying, "Oh, I'm
way.
worried about our relationship when I'm
I'm
gone." It's
really
like
worried
if
about how
you're
this is
having
gonna
doubts
go.
and you're voicing them this much, you're already thinking about it. You're already thinking about
Yeah,
doing it.
he 100% made out with that girl in the bathroom too. Like,
100%. You don't go in a bathroom with a girl at a party where your
and
girlfriend's
not,
not
yeah. What
there.
are you doing in there? Yeah,
Like,
helping her with her pants.
right.
Like,
He's like, "Oh, we knew the same person that I think just recently passed away," but it's like you can have a moment not in a bathroom
not in the
together.
bathroom. Yeah, no. I
Jeez.
mean, I would be shocked if Emmy and Will make it through this, but she may tough out whatever. Josh, she's like, I'm gonna be a lawyer's wife. Like, she thinks that's gonna be some like miraculous way to wealth and I don't think it quite works like that when you're
No,
first out of
I
law
definitely
school,
think
but
she's hanging on because she sees like the end goal and what her life could be like with Will, but it's like if you do go down this path, I'm sorry, but you're probably going to have to deal with like cheating rumors for a long time. And you're either going to have to overlook it and accept it, or one day you'll have had enough. I don't know, but I don't think he's very trustworthy when Emmy's not around. But I don't know. I mean, same could be said for Ariana and Tom. All these cheating allegations came up, and Ariana stood by her man, and look what happened. I don't know. Not
yeah.
saying Will is a
I
Sandoval in
am
any
loving it
sort,
though.
but
I hope it gets renewed. I hope we get more Southern Hasp.
yeah, it'll get renewed for sure. It's a
I'm
juicy group.
enjoying it, and it's giving me VPR vibes from old days. I'm all in. I like the crew. Wavy baby. Let's give it up for Grace Lilly, who
Yeah.
may be the
She
Bravo
yeah, I think
Queen these
last season I
days.
wasn't really on the Grace train, but I think this year I've she's
I
grown on
love
me for
her.
sure. She's
Yeah,
grown on
I
me.
love her. I love her. Let's talk about our ladies of the week. Did you watch both Beverly Hills and Miami?
Miami, yes, I watched both. And first off, Beverly Hills, we got to start with the Beverly. But how is next week the finale? I feel like we've had 3 episodes this season and none of them have been good. This season is
Yeah, I
complete
feel
wash
like
to
a
me.
weird Beverly Hills season. I feel like we've known what's coming, right? And it's just this like build up to stuff that we've already heard in the press. So nothing feels new and exciting. We got Erica boo-hooing all over town because no one believed me. Like, we still don't fucking believe you, Erica. Like, we know what you knew. Stop playing like everyone needs to apologize to you.
Right. We have
I
empathy
don't
for
like,
what you went through, but how you handled it last year is what everyone's issues are. Not that you were lying about stuff, but like just how you handled it, dude. Like, and I get going through something super traumatic, but like I feel like trauma almost makes you have like empathy for people around you and the situations that happening to other people as well as you, and she had none of that. And I think that's what the ladies were trying to convey. Like, even when Garcelle was like, I had an opinion, I'm sticking to it, I never wanted to see you fall, but I had my opinion and I'm sticking with it. And I was like, yes,
right.
Garcelle, like, don't give her an apology just because she's wanting one now. Like, how she acted was not okay, and you can still have your opinion about that because that's still my opinion about that.
Yeah, no, I know that there were legal ramifications to whatever she was saying on camera. And I think we all knew that when it was all going down. But we still could have gotten, man, I can't believe my husband was involved in something like this and these poor families. And,
Yes.
at the end of the day, all of this is like, I got to do what I got to do to protect my ass through this divorce and this court proceeding. But I need to share that I have some empathy for what may have happened.
Yeah, it's
Now, what we're
very
seeing is
simple. Yeah.
you want empathy from people who felt that way. I don't know. I'm an Erica Jane fan. I fucking love her. I can't wait to get out to Vegas to see her residency. Like, I will, I will be on that train forever because I just fucking love her and everything that she is. But I don't like this like kind of this like sociopathic like,
Cold thing?
vibe I get from her
Yeah.
when she's sitting in therapy and she's so calm, just so calm,
Yeah,
and
and she's like,
I'm
"How
I'm
do
getting
you have
arguing
empathy
with
for
her mind.
somebody else?" It's like you're 40 some like how do you not know how to have empathy for somebody? But
Yeah,
now
just
you're
giving me
enlightened and
arguing.
you're asking for it from everyone else? Like,
And
come on.
even that scene where she's sitting there and she's like, oh my God, you guys, the earring case, it's like, listen to what's happened. And it's like, they're all like, okay, like, we don't care. And then I'm throwing away my pain. Like, Erica, come on. It just, I don't know. I'm annoyed. I do feel glad that she got an apology from Sutton. Sutton was out of line.
Yes.
Sutton really, and when they showed you that, like, blurb of all the things that Sutton had said and done to probably make Erica's situation 100 times worse, I was like, yes, Sutton owes her that
Yes, I
apology.
agree.
But I don't know. I feel like that whole situation is just kind of playing out to fill in space of when we're not talking about Kyle, Mauricio, and her lesbian lover.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, even if there wasn't anything physical during this time, like Kyle 100% had an emotional affair with this
Whatever she is,
Morgan
whoever she is.
person. Yes.
Yeah. And who cares about that? Like, we don't care. What I'm really like intrigued by is why play it out like this on national television? Why in the preview did we see it's them telling their poor kids who are on camera? Like, I still can't believe that this is everything. We are not getting full story. We are not getting the whole picture. Like, there's no way if you've been together for this long, Jess, that you are sitting down with your what, four children on national television to tell them you're separating. You're
Hmm.
not doing that. So it all feels a little like set up to be played out a certain way on Bravo because I think they want to control the narrative. There's obviously so much more to this situation that we will probably never ever know. But as far as I know, Mo and Kyle are not divorced yet. Like there's no divorce in motion. So are we building up to a Mauricio and Kyle reunion and renewal of vows on fucking national television? Like this is what I kind of see playing out. And I think they're just building a storyline here.
You
Kyle
think
wants
so?
to stay fucking relevant.
She does, but she was like completely different this season. Like her taglines have always been like, "Oh, this is my town, Beverly Hills. Like I run this town." And now this year, during this season, she's like, "I don't even want to live in LA anymore. I just want to like move out to the country." And it's like, what? Like, okay.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
drama can change you and you can definitely like, grow and be change into a different person, but there's something very, I don't know. But like Erica told Andy on Watch What Happens Live, like Andy better eviscerate Kyle at the reunion. Like he goes hard on all of them and the fact that like Kyle has just been so like baseline about everything like, oh, Maurice and I have problems, and it's like she's like, I told everyone what's going on. It's like you made a blanket statement that's supposed to like satisfy everyone's questions about your 30-year marriage falling apart. Like you can't just be like, oh, we've had a rough year and be like,
yeah.
I told
Like you
everyone what's
see
going on
Dorit
with me.
say,
Like
like
no,
this
you
is more
haven't.
than just a rough year. This is more than just a rough year.
Right.
But yes, I agree with Erica, and I hope Andy does. I don't think he will though. I mean, I don't know. There's this feeling for me that like Kyle will always rule the roost of Beverly Hills because she kind of took that spot on once the cast kind of changed. And now the spotlight is on her. Like she has done and said some of the nastiest things about other people.
Yes.
It's her turn. It's her turn. There has been no other relevant part of this storyline. This season has been dry, I feel like.
Yeah. Dry
And
as
all
a
this is
dry
this is what
esophagus.
we're right. Crystal's fucking annoying. Anne Marie is annoying. Like they're all annoying me right now. I'm kind of glad it's almost over because like nothing. Give
Well,
me
what's the
give me
point of
something
keep
deep.
watching, dude? I went through this whole season feeling like Kyle and Mauricio were already in their separation phase, and now that's the big bomb at the finale. I was like, oh, I thought the separation was already like
I know some of
happening.
their scenes together are so awkward. Like
Painful to watch, yes.
painful to watch. And obviously, like there's probably so much more to this. You can tell, but I don't know. I just feel like it's obvious that this has already happened, and now they're just playing it out on Bravo for the cameras. And I don't know. The whole thing is odd to me, but um, there's obviously a lot of money involved here too. So
Right, right.
um, if they do eventually get divorced, and like she just like didn't one of the episodes she was like talking about prenups. I feel
I
like
don't
with
think they had
someone.
one.
No, but she was like talking about it. She's like, prenup, prenup, prenup. And I'm like, I didn't think you had one of those. So I'm
Maybe
assuming
that's
that's why you're
why they're
not
not
divorced.
rushing. Yeah, I think it has more to do with financial situations than emotional because I think emotionally, like Kyle is checked out of that marriage. And once you're like 100% emotionally checked out, it's really hard to get back to an okay place with your spouse or your significant other because I feel like there's like trust issues too. There's always been rumors about Mauricio stepping out on his marriage and
Hmm.
maybe, Kyle even admitted this season that she's caught him, liking, possibly messaging other women on social platforms like Instagram and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Like,
can you imagine like sliding into his DMs? Like, let's just be real here. Like, Mauricio is nice to look at. Like,
yeah,
he's wealthy, he's successful, he's all the things, and he's pretty hot. Like, it's not like fucking PK, who's blah. Like, we all know that Dorit did not marry PK for his fucking looks and
Yeah.
wit and personality, but Mauricio's pretty hot. So you gotta imagine like he's traveling a lot, he's kind of somewhat famous now. He's got his own shit going on with Netflix. Like
Yeah.
I just feel like maybe they both just got too famous. Like um I'm sad. I always thought that they would be like a make it through couple, but I don't know. I don't know if what we're seeing on Bravo was the whole
Yeah.
shebang.
I mean,
So you
clearly.
better fucking rip her apart, Andy. Like, let's get all of the juice. Everyone better ask the questions that all of us are dying to ask. He better do his work that poll. Like,
Yeah. Clearly,
yeah,
Mauricio will never emotionally fulfill Kyle.
leave that at that. Emotionally. What else this week? Miami winding
Miami.
down too.
So my big question about Miami is obviously Lisa is all about Lisa and has been all about Lisa, and I get it, a divorce is traumatic, but okay, last week did she say that like Lenny put in a clause that like saying that Jody or any other guy could not live with her in the house that Lenny's building for her? And she
Yeah, but
like
then
got all
she
the ladies'
wouldn't
opinions
sign
and they're
that.
like, that is insane, that is crazy. And
Yeah,
then 2 minutes later she's like, and I signed it. I'm like, wait, what? What?
yeah.
You are
None of this situation makes any sense
no.
to me. Like, what man is divorcing his wife and in the process says, you know what, let me build you a giant house on the water? Like, I just do not understand that at all. We know Lenny is a giant douchebag, like he always has been, but something about this whole situation, and obviously Lisa's fucking scared, right? She's been accustomed to a lifestyle for however long, and the thought of her buying what her 2,500 square foot apartment or whatever, 3,000 square foot apartment. That was too much to bear. So now your ex is going to build you a house.
Honestly, you're
Um,
gonna get a big chunk of money. He's the one that cheated. He's the one that ended it. You're gonna get a big chunk of money. Just take that money and build or buy your own place. Like, why are you still under his
and
thumb?
then
Like,
the weird part about
it's so
Jody's
weird.
plan, it was Jody's house. Like the whole thing does not make any sense to me. I feel like the girls of the show, like, shut the fuck up about it, Lisa. Like, it's time to, like, yes, getting divorced is probably one of the worst things you ever go through in your life. And it's a big deal when you've got kids and it's messy and it's nasty. And I get all those things, but I'm kind of like the other women. Like, stop fucking talking about
Yeah.
it. Like, we're over it.
Like Kiki said, she was just like when they got in their fight on the boat or whatever, but she was
When
just like, look,
Kiki threw a juice box.
and that was assault to Lisa. No, but Kiki was like, look, you have your health, you have your kids are healthy. Like at the end of the day, what else is more important than that? And Lisa just can't see it. She's just like, no, like I mean, she's going to be taken care of. Lenny's got a lot of money. She's going to get a big chunk of that, whether it's like exactly how she's always wanted to live. She might have to scale back for a few years, but like at the end of the day, dude, like you still have your life. You have your kids. Everyone's healthy. Nothing is that detrimental at the end of the day. I know when you're going through it, it feels
Yeah.
like a lot more, but she just needs like a bigger perspective on like just the basic necessities of life. You have your life, you have your health, you have your kids. Like that should be enough for you to get through the day. Like I don't
I
know.
really have enjoyed this season of Miami though, and probably this season and the last season have probably been the best they've given us. I really enjoy these women. I like watching it, but Larsa might be the most annoying human on the face of the earth. And I'm done with seeing her on my fucking screen. That woman just wants to be famous somehow, some
Yeah.
way. The Kardashians didn't do it for you, so now you're going the Bravo route, which is fine.
Just going the Michael Jordan route now, but not anymore.
Well, they started following each other again,
Oh, did
so
they?
there's
Okay.
word on the street that there might be some kind of reconciliation.
I
They
think
just
they're
are
a
trying
cute
to be
couple.
relevant.
I think they
I
are good.
know.
They're fun, but it's just kind of like the underlining shadiness to it all, dude. It's your ex-husband's teammate's son. Like, what?
Yeah.
Stop. There's a
Yeah.
lot of other guys.
And they're just like lovey-dovey PDA over the top bullshit. It just is too much. Like always holding hands and
Yeah,
the
throwing
welcome
him a
home
coming
party.
home
And
party after being
yeah,
away for
what
two
the fuck
days,
was that?
dude. Like,
Yeah, no, that
stop.
was just too much. And now she has a tequila too. Like, can we all be done with the fucking tequila business? Like, let's go a different route. Can we maybe get a vodka or a gin? Like, why do all of these celebrities have to come up with tequilas? Like, we can't buy them all. So I don't understand the tequila craze, but whatever. Um, I I'm annoyed by Larsa. I think she has been a huge piece of shit friend this season. And
Yeah,
what she did
especially
to
to
Gertie,
Gertie. Yeah,
yeah,
that was.
what she did there was just
And she tried to
hoed
spin it like,
out.
oh, Gertie made it seem like she didn't want me telling like press about it or like newspapers. It's like, bitch, like something that serious, like you don't tell anybody until they're ready to tell your friend group. And you went around to everyone the same day telling them this big
Yes.
news. Like that is,
I don't know. That whole thing was ick for me. And just, I already did not like Larsa and just the way she presented herself on this show. But that just for me was the nail in the coffin for my
yeah,
respect for Larsa. Like, poor Gertie. I mean, and bless her heart. She's like still trying to film, still trying to do all these things, show this journey to America, which is not easy, I'm sure. Like, I don't know. Larsa just kind of like throws this cancer diagnosis away like it's no big deal. And that wasn't her news to share.
no,
And
not at
I
all.
think Gertie is still really hurt by it. And I think like I think we're gonna see shit play out at this reunion too. I don't know if you would ever be able to be friends with someone after you've watched it, because you know they all watch, right?
Yeah.
Some of these who's the one that says he doesn't? Shep doesn't fucking watch Southern Charm. Like, please.
I'd be
Um,
embarrassed to watch myself on TV too, though.
probably, and you don't know how things are going to get edited, but you sat in your confessionals. You know what you said.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I think there's going to be hopefully a humble Larsa who apologizes. Um, I'm not sure we're going to get that, and I don't know how Gertie continues to be friends with someone who blatantly just trashed a really serious medical diagnosis. But God bless Gertie. I love her. I love
yeah, I like
watching
her
her, and
too.
her and Russell are so cute, and I love him. And what a normal guy on
Yeah,
this show. You know, just the whole Bravo network has a wide range of husbands, and Russell is up there for me. I can't wait for March Madness. Hopefully, Russell is in the mix this year.
yeah, yeah. That'll be fun.
Can we also talk about, and God bless him, rest his soul, because I know he's no longer with us, but can we talk about Nicole's dad's girlfriend for a second? What was that?
I don't know, man. I think I just had like a different expectation of who she would be. I mean, she seems chill, but
I was like, who is this woman?
I
What is this?
I don't know.
And Nicole just has this face the whole time, and I was like, I feel exactly the same way. Like,
Yeah. The
um,
fact that he wants a kid, like that's just I don't know. It's
yeah, he's a hot mess,
yeah.
but um,
Yeah, I know
she
it's
and
yeah.
her reaction to her, that was awesome. And God bless Nicole sitting there in her fucking Burberry. She just looks so rich and classy.
Yeah,
And then
she is very classy. I like her a lot. I like her a lot.
I really like Nicole. I think she's I don't know, she's about as real as they can probably come. And I don't know, what an amazing fucking life she has. Like, I mean, that's rich, honey.
Yeah.
That's private jets and
And
multi million dollar
she's not
houses on
like
the water in
overbearing
Miami.
or gloating about it. Like they say money talks
No,
but wealth whispers. She
yes,
whispers.
she's the definition of quiet luxury, except when she's in head to toe Burberry, and you can clearly tell. But
I mean, you gotta
um,
flaunt it a little bit.
yeah, she also, I think because she has a job and she's been to medical school and she works, she's not just living off of her fiance or
Yeah.
whether they ever get
And she can
married, who
also
knows?
read a
But
bitch too. The way she read Anne
yeah,
Marie on Watch What Happens Live, I was like, yes,
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 yeah,
dude.
no, she did.
Finally, somebody medically
Um,
that can put Anna Marie in her place again. Ugh.
yeah, that's been a little odd to watch play out. But yes, no, I did enjoy that episode of Watch What Happens. It was I think she's a little like small but mighty.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she
You
gives
know,
that energy
she's
for sure.
yeah,
Tiny but mighty.
those women down there, they go hard on each other, but she can stand up for herself. So yeah, what do we got? One more episode and then a finale, or was that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
finale this week? One more this week, I think.
yeah. Beverly Hills, Miami finale, and then wasn't there another finale? Southern Hospitality. That was this week, so we'll get the reunion
Yeah,
next
we'll
week.
get a reunion next
Yeah,
week. And
hopefully
then
we'll get a new flood of shows that, VPR is just starting so we can continue to talk about that. But oh, and OC's filming. That's gonna be juicy.
OC's filming. I heard New Jersey is filmed.
Yeah. But no
Uh,
trailer yet, so I don't know how soon that's gonna be out.
oh, that's gonna be dramatic.
Yeah.
Um, and then we got new below deck, new captain, new crew.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is going to be a tumultuous season.
Yeah.
I feel like our first termination is probably going to happen in this next episode.
With the
Uh,
bosun or a
yeah,
stewardess.
the bosun is for sure getting
Yeah.
fired. He is
Yeah.
not going to make it. And I think we'll have our first hookup this week as well. Because
Ben.
I see Ben and Barbie probably hooking up.
Well, I know
And
Ben and
then,
the other deckhand girl hook up too, because the trailer showed her like bitching him out, being like, dude, you can't just hook up with whoever
oh yeah,
whenever you
Ben's about
want.
to whore it out and cause a whole
I'm
scene on
not I'm
that
not a
boat.
Ben fan, dude. He bothers
No, me
me.
either. Ugh, I'm not, he's
The fact
not
that
worth
he
it.
just
But
like tried to keep it going with Camille and he's like, oh, sadly, she ended up cheating on me. It's like, okay, and like, did you not see that coming? You're so
he's a little ick. But it gets kind of wild on those boats. I think because they're just together all the time.
yeah.
They have no one else to like hang out with or hook up with. It just this always happens on those fucking crews, and they're all like really good looking people. So I can only imagine why. But
Yeah. I'm glad Frasier's
yeah,
back though. I love Frasier.
I do like
His
me some
comments to
Frasier.
himself are so
I know,
so
I
funny.
know. And when he like came on this season, I think he's trying to be a different Frasier. So I like what we're getting so far. I'm ready for this to ramp up though. We've had a couple episodes now, and I'm ready for the real juicy
Yeah,
drama to
yeah.
begin.
It needs I think it'll start. I heard something that this season of Below Deck has the most firings of any season, but I don't know how true that is. I don't know if it was just kind of clickbaity. But I
Editing. Yeah, they've kind of edited like the previews for us to see this like really dramatic season play out, but nothing's really happened yet
yeah,
except some annoying guests that just wanted to keep talking about their sex lives. It was icky. I was like, I don't need to see you talking about this anymore. Like, you're probably not getting laid because you keep talking about it.
I know. And the fact
And
that he
then
just
they
like did it in
show
the
us
hot
them
tub, like
hooking up in the hot tub, and I
yeah,
was
like
like,
do it when the cameras go away. But like
are
they even told the
yes,
stewardess like you can go to bed now. It's like okay, well,
okay,
but at least one crew member has to be up until all the guests are done, so
yeah,
they're gonna see ya. Gross, but maybe that's what they were going for, little voyeurism action. I don't know, nasty. I'd be
yeah,
more into it if it
no,
was different people, but gross.
yeah, no. I just like was like the whole time like, I think it's gonna be a good season. Can't wait. But yeah, things are winding down. We have to be getting some new stuff here soon. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, Hannah, I'm glad that we finally could start this.
I know this was like the best hour on a Saturday morning ever,
I
dissecting the
know,
whole
it's
week
just
with
so
you.
fun. I mean,
Yeah, we should do this every week, and then we'll,
I
yeah,
want to manifest something and I want to say it out loud so it can start to come to fruition. I don't know if you've ever seen on TikTok, there's two guys called BravBros that talk about
yeah,
Bravo shows. They were recently the bartenders on Watch What Happens Live because they have a YouTube channel, their podcast. Obviously, it got enough attention that Andy had them on. So I'm not saying that we're going to get to that level or anything, but like if by any chance we get like enough listeners or like we get enough like recognition that we could even be even like invited to a Watch What Happens Live, like not even
like
as the
just be
bartenders, but
in the
like be
studio.
there, hopefully when Craig is there. But at all, like I just want to put it out there. I'm trying to manifest this to happen someday. So
Yeah,
hey,
hopefully, we're entertaining enough to people for that, and we need to build our base, our fan base here.
yeah.
But yes, I feel like we need to manifest being on Watch What Happens Live in some
Yeah, at the
capacity.
very least, I mean, on the higher end, let's get like VIP tickets to BravoCon. But I mean, I'll start with a bartender gig on Watch What Happens Live. I mean, I'll dream small for
Or
now, and
even
then we'll
like a
dream.
call in for a question.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
we
Oh
could
my
start
God,
there.
yes, yes.
And we love I mean everything about Andy, right? Like I love me some Andy Cohen. So yes, Andy, make us famous, please.
Or just listen to our opinions because we love you, we love your shows, we love what you've done, we love what you're doing. Yes, we
And
are
give us more. We're ready for
Brav OGs.
the next 20 years of Bravo.
We need something to get us through this next phase of our lives, besides,
Well,
our
Jess,
families and stuff. So,
this was fun. I think next time I need a cocktail with me,
yes, maybe
maybe
we
a
should do an
bowl.
evening sesh. Yeah, we
Yeah,
should do
yeah.
polls. It'll be like our two opinions. Be like,
All right, lady.
all right, well,
This
thanks
was
for
fun.
listening, guys. We love you and we love Bravo. And yeah, give us a listen. Come back for more.
All right, till next time.
All right, bye.
Bye.